Picture this. A mother stands at her kitchen window in Nashville, coffee growing cold in her hands. She's staring at her phone. A simple text message that never came. It's been months since she last heard her daughter's voice. Years since they truly connected. And now, at 57, Nicole Kidman faces the most heartbreaking decision of her life. Leave the man she's loved for nearly 2 decades, or lose her daughter forever. This is the story of how Hollywood's golden couple might be falling apart, and why Nicole Kidman is willing to sacrifice everything for a chance to heal a wound that's been bleeding for over a decade. The rumors started quietly, whispers, on movie sets, canceled appearances. And then the real estate listings began appearing. Nicole Kidman is house hunting. Not in Nashville, where Keith Urban's heart lives and breathes country music, but 3,000 miles away in Los Angeles, the same city where her eldest daughter Bella Cruz has been building a life that deliberately excludes her famous mother. To understand this heartbreak, we have to go back to when Nicole thought she had found her happily ever after. Not once, but twice. It was 1989. Nicole Kidman was just 22, a young Australian actress with flame-red hair and dreams bigger than the Sydney Opera House. She walked onto the set of Days of Thunder, and locked eyes with the biggest movie star in the world. Tom Cruise was magnetic, powerful, and completely captivating. "I fell madly, passionately in love," Nicole would later say. "And I think that's what I needed to do at that time in my life." Their wedding was a fairy tale. Christmas Eve, 1990, in a small ceremony in Telluride, Colorado. Snow falling like confetti. Nicole wore a simple white dress. Tom couldn't stop smiling. They were Hollywood royalty, the kind of couple that graced magazine covers and red carpets. But behind the flash of cameras, they were struggling with something deeply personal. They couldn't have children naturally, so they adopted. First Isabella in 1992, then Connor in 1995. Nicole poured her heart into motherhood. She would sing Australian lullabies to baby Bella, teaching her about koalas and kangaroos, sharing stories of her own childhood in Sydney. "Being a mother is about the closest thing to understanding unconditional love," Nicole said during those years. Her eyes would light up whenever she talked about her children. But there was something else growing in their household. Something Nicole didn't fully understand at the time. The Church of Scientology was becoming more than just Tom's belief system. It was becoming the foundation of their family life. Nicole tried to embrace it. She attended meetings, participated in courses, but something felt wrong. The constant monitoring. The way church members seemed to have opinions about her marriage, her career choices, even her relationship with her own children. "I was trying to be the perfect wife," Nicole would reflect years later, "but I was losing myself in the process." By 2001, cracks were showing. Tom filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. But insiders knew the truth was much more complicated. The custody battle was swift and brutal. Tom got primary custody of both children. Bella was 9. Connor was 6. Nicole's world shattered. "I was walking around in a daze," she admitted. "I had lost my marriage and essentially lost my children." What happened next would haunt Nicole for decades. As Bella and Connor grew up primarily in their father's world, they became deeply involved in Scientology. The church, according to former members, actively discourages relationships with those who leave or oppose their beliefs. Nicole had effectively been labeled a suppressive person. Her own children were being taught that she was a negative influence. Imagine being a mother and having your teenage daughter look at you like you're the enemy. That was Nicole's reality. Bella, once her little girl who loved bedtime stories, began pulling away. Phone calls became shorter. Visits became awkward. The warmth in her daughter's eyes gradually disappeared. The hardest thing as a parent is watching your child hurt and not being able to fix it, Nicole said during a rare, vulnerable interview. But Nicole tried to rebuild. She threw herself into her career. Moulin Rouge. The Hours. Big Little Lies. Each role was an escape from the pain waiting at home. And then, in 2005, she met Keith Urban. It was at a gala in Los Angeles. Nicole was wearing a stunning black dress. Keith was performing on stage. Their eyes met across a crowded room, and something electric happened. I knew immediately, Keith would later say. She was the one. Keith was different from Tom in every way. Where Tom was controlling, Keith was supportive. Where Tom demanded perfection, Keith celebrated Nicole's flaws. Where Tom's world revolved around Scientology, Keith's world revolved around music and love. They married in 2006 in Sydney, Nicole's hometown. It felt like coming home after years in exile. With Keith, Nicole found healing. They had 2 daughters together, Sunday and Faith. Nicole got to experience motherhood again, this time on her own terms. Keith saved me in so many ways, Nicole often said. He reminded me who I was. But even in her happiness, there was always a shadow. 2 missing pieces of her heart, named Isabella and Connor. As the years passed, the distance grew worse. Bella, now in her 20s, was fully immersed in Scientology. She married a fellow member in London. Nicole wasn't invited to the wedding. Picture that moment. A mother learning about her daughter's wedding through tabloid magazines. The woman who once sang lullabies to Bella wasn't deemed worthy of witnessing her say I do. Connor followed a similar path. Both children seemed to view their mother as a stranger, or worse, as someone dangerous to their spiritual well-being. Nicole tried to respect their choices. She rarely spoke about them publicly. When she did, it was with careful, diplomatic words. They are adults, she would say. They can make their own decisions. But inside, she was dying. Keith watched his wife carry this pain for years. He saw how she would stare at old photos, how she would light up whenever someone mentioned Bella or Connor, how she would quickly change the subject when the hurt became too much. It's the one thing I can't fix for her, Keith confided to friends, and it kills me to watch. Then something changed. Recently, there have been whispers, small signs that Bella might be questioning things. Former Scientologists have reported seeing her in places she shouldn't be if she was strictly following church rules. Sources close to the family suggest that Bella has been asking questions about her childhood, about the mother she barely remembers, about the stories she was told versus the reality she's beginning to see, and Nicole. Nicole has been paying attention. The real estate searches in Los Angeles weren't random. Nicole has been strategically positioning herself closer to Bella, not to force a reunion, but to be available when her daughter is ready. She's playing the long game, a family friend revealed. Nicole knows she can't push, but she can be there when Bella needs her. This decision isn't sitting well with everyone. Keith's career is rooted in Nashville, the Country Music Association, the Grand Ole Opry, his entire professional network. Moving to Los Angeles would mean starting over. It would mean leaving behind the life they built together. Friends say Keith is torn. He wants to support Nicole's desperate need to reconnect with Bella, but he also sees the toll this obsession is taking on their marriage. Keith feels like he's competing with ghosts, an insider revealed. How do you fight for your wife's attention when she's still trying to save children who don't want to be saved? The tension has been building for months. Canceled tour dates that were blamed on scheduling conflicts. Separate appearances at award shows. Nicole staying in Los Angeles for extended periods while Keith remains in Nashville. The tabloids have noticed. Headlines scream about trouble in paradise. Photographers camp outside their Nashville home, looking for signs of discord. But the real story is more complex. This isn't about falling out of love. This is about a woman facing an impossible choice between her past and her future. Between the children she lost and the man who found her. Nicole's friends say she's been having sleepless nights. Walking the halls of their Nashville mansion at 3 a.m., staring at family photos that only tell half the story. She's 57 years old, a close friend shared. She knows time is running out. She doesn't try now. When will she? Keith, meanwhile, is struggling with his own demons. His history with addiction means he needs stability. Routine. The chaos of chasing ghosts in Los Angeles could be dangerous for his sobriety. This is his worst nightmare, someone close to Keith revealed. He's watching the woman he loves destroy herself over something that might never happen. But then there are the signs that give Nicole hope. Bella recently unfollowed several high-profile Scientologists on social media. She's been spotted in coffee shops reading books that aren't church-approved. Small rebellions that might mean everything. Former Scientologists who escaped the church say these are classic signs of someone beginning to question the system. When you start to wake up, it's terrifying, explained one former member. Everything you've believed, everyone you've trusted, suddenly feels like a lie. You need time and space to process. Nicole understands this. She's been researching, learning about the psychology of leaving high-control groups. She's been in therapy, preparing for the possibility that Bella might reach out. She's not the same person who lost those kids in the divorce. A family therapist who knows the situation explained. She's older, wiser, and more patient. She knows this might be her only shot. The move to Los Angeles represents more than just geography. It's Nicole's final gamble. Her all-in bet that love can overcome years of manipulation and separation. But it might cost her everything else. Keith's team has been quietly concerned about the marriage for months. Tour schedules are being adjusted. Studio time is being rearranged. Everything in Keith's world is shifting to accommodate Nicole's desperate mission. He's trying to be supportive, a Nashville insider revealed. But there's only so much a marriage can take. The couple's two daughters, Sunday and Faith, are caught in the middle. Teenagers watching their mother chase after siblings they barely know. It's confusing and heartbreaking for them too. They want their mom to be happy, a family source shared. But they also want their family to stay together. Nicole's move to Los Angeles has already begun. She's been spending more time there, renting properties, meeting with people who might have connections to Bella. She's being careful. The last thing she wants is to scare Bella away with aggressive pursuit. But she's also being strategic, positioning herself in the same social circles, the same neighborhoods, the same yoga studios. It's like she's breadcrumbing her way back into Bella's life. Someone familiar with the situation explained, and it might be working. Recent reports suggest Bella has been asking mutual acquaintances about Nicole. Careful questions about her mother's life, her career, her marriage to Keith. She's curious, revealed someone who knows both women. That curiosity is everything Nicole has been praying for. But curiosity doesn't guarantee reunion. Years of conditioning don't disappear overnight. Bella has been taught that her mother is dangerous to her spiritual well-being. Overcoming that programming takes time, therapy, and tremendous courage. Nicole knows this. She's prepared for the possibility that her gamble might fail. That she might lose Keith and still not get Bella back. She's scared, admitted someone close to the family. But she's more scared of doing nothing and wondering what if for the rest of her life. Keith, meanwhile, is at his own crossroads. Sources close to him say he's been writing new music. Sad, introspective songs about love and loss and impossible choices. His music has always been his therapy, explained a Nashville songwriter who knows Keith. Right now, he's processing a lot of pain. The question everyone is asking: will their marriage survive Nicole's mission to save Bella? Some days, it seems hopeful. Keith posts supportive messages on social media. Nicole talks about their love in interviews. They appear united at public events. Other days, the cracks show. Separate hotel rooms on tour, canceled couples appearances, long periods of silence on social media. They're both trying, revealed a mutual friend. But this situation is testing everything they thought they knew about their marriage. The irony isn't lost on anyone close to the situation. Nicole lost her first marriage partly because of Scientology's influence. Now, her second marriage might suffer because of her attempts to undo that damage. But Nicole isn't the same woman who was controlled and manipulated 20 years ago. She's powerful now, financially independent, emotionally stronger. She's not going to be a victim again, declared someone who's known her for decades. If her marriage ends, it will be on her terms for her reasons. Keith seems to understand this. Recent interviews show him speaking about Nicole with deep admiration and respect. He's not fighting her decision as much as he's trying to figure out how to support it. Love sometimes means letting someone go where they need to go, Keith said in a rare, candid moment. Even if it's scary, the next few months will be crucial. Nicole's positioning in Los Angeles. Bella's continued questioning of her beliefs. Keith's decision about whether to fully commit to the move or maintain his Nashville base. Hollywood is watching. Not with the usual gossip-hungry attention, but with genuine concern for a family that's been through so much public pain. Everyone wants this story to have a happy ending, shared a longtime industry observer. But real life is messier than the movies. As Nicole continues her careful campaign to reconnect with Bella, she's also protecting her current family. Sunday and Faith need their mother present and stable. Keith needs his wife to be his partner, not just Bella's hopeful mother. It's a balancing act that would challenge anyone. But Nicole has learned to carry impossible weights with grace. She's the strongest person I know, said a co-star from her. Recent projects: if anyone can pull this off without destroying everything else, it's her. The stakes couldn't be higher. A daughter's love, a husband's devotion, a family's future. All hanging in the balance as Nicole makes the biggest gamble of her life. Will Bella finally break free from the beliefs that have separated her from her mother? Will Keith's love prove strong enough to withstand this ultimate test? Can Nicole save her relationship with her daughter without sacrificing her marriage? The answers are still being written. In therapy sessions and coffee shop conversations. In late-night phone calls and careful social media posts. In the brave decisions of a woman who refuses to give up on love, even when love seems impossible. This is more than just celebrity gossip. This is a story about the lengths a mother will go to save her child. About the courage it takes to challenge systems designed to tear families apart. About the hope that love can heal even the deepest wounds. Nicole Kidman's next chapter is unfolding now, and the whole world is holding its breath, hoping for the reunion that could heal a family and prove that some bonds are truly unbreakable. What do you think? Will Nicole's gamble pay off? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories about the real lives behind Hollywood's biggest names.